learning what reviewers expect to see in proposals goes along with the culture issues. Um, there are different things that, for instance, an NSF review panel is looking for versus an NIH review panel versus a Department of Energy review panel versus even a U.S. Department of Education review panel. There's a different culture, different values, different priorities, different elements of the investigation are privileged, right? By different agencies. But for that particular agency, the faculty member needs to understand how to present the idea in such a way that it meshes with those expectations. There are, of course, always going to be some placing of the idea within a context first. Um, Here's the landscape of what has gone on. Here's where my different idea is, right here in the gap between the knowledge, or the gap in the knowledge base somewhere. Here's how the project is going to partly or wholly fill that gap. And then from there, how is that information gained from the project going to be put back into the knowledge base, so that disseminated, so that that information is now, that new information is now included in the knowledge base, so that it can now be cited and used by others as they do further investigations in the future. So it's all about joining that conversation, and I would call it a conversation because it's the conversation, the peer-reviewed articles, the conference presentations, those sorts of things. That's part of the intellectual conversation of the field, and the faculty members are really needing to understand it in that way. So that, for me, is an important part of how to help faculty members. It's not just about getting the money to do the work, although that's a large part of it. It's not a part of, playing the system. Um, it's really not about gaming the system or playing the system. Instead, it's really about um, understanding how to enter into the conversation using the funded investigation as a way to increase the knowledge base, and then feeding that right back into the knowledge of the field, or into the interdisciplinary intersection of different fields. And talking about it that way, I think, helps faculty members understand uh, how to conceptualize what they do. It's not just hammering out a grant proposal, throwing it over the side of the ship, hoping it floats, back to you with some money, and then doing the work. There's a lot more involved, and there's a lot more about being a faculty member, and gaining, or learning, or discovering that new information and giving it back is part of what that PhD trained person, or that person with a terminal degree, is going to be doing.